Hey guys, welcome to Backyard Beer Brothers. My name's Rory and today I've got what I'm fairly confident is an international beer, and it's this one right here. It's called Beer Lager. Now with a name like that, it's this purple can here. It was a little hard to track down some details on it, but eventually got there, and from what I found, I'm pretty sure this comes from a brewery called Font Salem in Valenciana, Spain. So, kind of keen. There was actually a couple of points that I was looking at this beer. I got it at a First Choice liquor store out in Werribee. And it was just, I can't remember what it was. I think I was doing like a big smoke, like I was doing a brisket or something. I was going to have a few people over, saw these, they're all 500ml cans, but I thought, they were real cheap. I can't remember how much they were for 12 of them, but didn't drink them then. Hadn't seen them for a little while. Saw this one in a discount bin and thought, oh yeah, I remember that one. May as well get into it. But with a name like Beer Lager, super difficult to try to track down some information, but eventually got there by putting in, I think it was Naked Label or something like that. And that's where I was able to find some details. It is on Untapped and it's coming in at 3.13. So not the highest of scores, but it's looking pretty good. So it's got a beautiful golden color, super clear, white head, fairly carbonated. It's got some sort of sweet malt coming through on there. Not too much in the nose though. And if you're wondering, piece of art, you probably can't really see it there. It just looks kind of a little random, but it's what is it, the Crown Ambassador Lager that me and Hugh drank in the episode where he was over here. I've actually broken the glass, put it into some clear enamel, and that's what we're looking at there. But with that being said, had a look, had a smell, it's all about the taste, so let's get into it. Cheers, cheers, let's roll. Wow. The main thing there is it is malt forward. It is kind of sweet. It doesn't linger on the palate at all. Very crisp and very refreshing. Wow. Like those are kind of positives, but it just is lacking a bit of depth. Like it's almost got like a slight honey taste to it. Like there is like a lingering sweetness there with a small amount of bitterness, but could almost be like a golden syrup. I was actually discussing golden syrup with someone. I don't even know how the conversation started. Maybe there's something else that tasted kind of like golden syrup, but a few people were like, what the fuck is golden syrup? And unless you're from New Zealand, you don't know. And people were like, oh, is it like maple syrup? It is definitely not like maple syrup. But someone there was like, oh, I've had golden syrup. And they're from England. No, they're from America. And they said, it actually tastes like treacle. Never had treacle, but they said they had both and it tastes kind of the same. So that's the sort of taste that's coming through. Like very easy to drink, very sessionable. Coming in all the way from Spain. Now, I never made it to, where was it? Valenciana, where this is from, but I have been to Barcelona. There's like a couple of things that I thought was funny. It was me, my brother, and my wife. We had actually organised to stay with my mum and stepdad as well, but they were going to be arriving later. And like my mum and stepdad, they're up in England, we were with them, but I've always wanted to go to Ibiza or Ibiza, so we decided to fly there. My brother came with us as well. So we had this like epic weekend in Ibiza. Like we even like saw David Guida at one of the performing one of the super clubs there. Massive weekend. And then one of the only things main memories of initially going to Barcelona was we're like struggling with life, like hungover to the max. My mum's got us this apartment. We arrived there the day before mum's meant to be getting there. My brother goes to crash out in a room. Mrs. crashed out on the couch next to me. I'm going through TV and all I can find is Adventure Time. So boom. And I just watched Adventure Time for hours. So that's memory number one. But memory number two, when my mum did actually arrive, we decided to get on one of those like hop on, hop off, double-decker red tour bus things that they have there. You plug in your headset, it's telling you about it. And the plan was that we were going to do one full loop of Barcelona on this bus, and then that would give us an idea of everywhere. Then we'd decide where we wanted to get off. And just on loop was the, what's his name? The guy Gaudi who designed the Sagrada Familiar there. And just sort of every 5 minutes it was something about Gaudi. Then it was, and he passed away. Sure, it was, he passed away by getting hit by a tram, something like that. But it was just on repeat. And then we're on this tram for what seems like forever. My brother's a smoker, and eventually he's just like, Mark, I've had enough. We've got to get off this tram. My mum's like, no, that's not the plan. We're going to go around again. He was like, nah, I need a cigarette. Let's just get off. So we got off, and then I forget where it was that we were, but eventually we found this Mexican place, and we're like, oh, let's just go here. And one of the coolest things was they did half-yard glasses of, can't even remember what beer it was. It was like nondescript. It wasn't like anything people would recognize, but a half-yard for €4. It was like, boom, and you got free sunglasses with it. So it was like awesome memories of Barcelona. But yeah, this beer is pretty good. Yeah, 2 half-yardies for $8. Yard glass down. No, good times. But to the questions, this was hella cheap. I think I picked up one 500ml can for $4. That's cheap. That's good. Good value. What is it? So it's 4%, 500 mils, and 1.6 standard drinks. So pretty good. Big fan. Would I buy it again? Probably not, to be honest. Nah, would I buy it on tap? Nah, because again, if you saw that on tap, they'd have something else. Buy it as a gift? No. What would I give it out of 10? Probably like 5.5, probably 5.5. Give it that. It's pretty good, but it's just lacking and super basic. If you've got someone that doesn't really like beer, they would like this. That's a stupid way of putting it. But like, this is a very basic, generic, bland, entry-level beer. Maybe it could be, nah, 5.5. Let's go with that. But if you've made it this far, thank you very much for watching. Feel free to hit the like, hit the subscribe, and as always, I hope you have a good one. Cheers.